we go, going for the protein. Porterhouse steak, cranberries, smoking gun, champagne brunch, and high seed respin. Chef Voltaggio, the ball is in your court. What shall we respin?
Let's go protein.
Protein?
She doesn't like the cranberry.
I love porterhouse.
That's why we're spinning it.
You don't like porterhouse?
I have a steakhouse. Like, I'm tired of cooking steak. I want to cook something different. Spin that wheel.
Here you go. Scallops, I gotta say, that's a good randomizer.
Protein is now scallops. I'm like, what's better than a porterhouse? A scallop. Thanks, Michael.
Chefs, you are in the Super 16. This is go big or go home, and it's time to go shopping. Good luck. Scallops. They're gonna be taking scallops and going nuts with it. Cranberries. Hey, it's not just for Thanksgiving anymore. Smoking gun, scallops go great. Champagne brunch means classy high-end brunch. I can't even begin to tell you the boundaries because they're not gonna have it.
I'm super stoked on this randomizer. Scallops don't take long to cook, so it's a good protein because you can focus on the other components of the dish. The smoking gun, I mean, smoke and brunch go together in so many different ways. I'm thinking just sort of a play on like a fish sandwich or a bagel with cream cheese and fish on it. I'm just copying everything you're getting.
Yeah? I've been friends with Michael for over 15 years. This man is a perfect technician. He is an incredible designer, and he's just been doing this for so long. This is the first time I've ever cooked against him. There's nothing easy about this.
Joining me tonight are my two favorite culinary commentators, Michelin recommended chef, and a man with umami issues, the one and only Justin Warner. And famed food writer who knows how to say check please in 12 different languages, Sir Simon Majumdar. Now the two of them will know every detail of our chef's dishes so they can present them to our panel of judges during the blind tasting.
Eggs for brunch, chef?
Yes, we're gonna do a poached egg on top of a mushroom Parmesan cream toast with the seared smoked scallop. Brunch obviously means a breakfast lunch, but champagne brunch is definitely upscale. It's bougie, it's well plated, it's thoughtful technique, it's a perfectly cooked egg. To be honest, I don't use a lot of cranberry unless it's like Thanksgiving or Christmas. But knowing that I'm going very decadent with my dish, it's gonna be a release and the sort of pickled element. While my cranberries are cooking down, I know that I have to sear these scallops because I want to smoke them. Don't anyone start saying I'm doing it too early. They're getting smoked after they're just perfectly seared.
Not crowding the pan, has a cast iron, super hot. So I think we're gonna see scallops a couple different ways. Searing it, maybe you're gonna sear this, smoke it, let it get cold. I chose applewood chips because they're kind of the higher end smoking chip. I don't want to get too aggressive with the smoke. I want there to be a subtleness. This is champagne brunch. This isn't like barbecue cookout.
I'm gonna make an everything bagel donut with a fried scallop and a cranberry jelly, and I'm gonna pair that with braised bacon with a brown butter seared scallop.
Chef, what have you got?
This is gonna be a batter for my everything bagel donut.
Well, I can't believe Voltaggio is making a donut from scratch. You're making a dough and you're frying a donut. This is risky.
Michael never plays it safe.
Oh,
He's always swinging for the fences.
What do we got so far?
Making donuts, chef. Everything bagel donuts.
I love it.
This is the furikake.
Furikake. This is what's turning it into an everything bagel. One thing that is to my advantage in this particular competition is how fast my brain thinks out of the box. I've sort of found this intersection of taking that foundation of classic cuisine and putting a surprise on top of it. Come on, babies. For the cranberry jelly, I basically make sweet and sour in the pot with the cranberries.
What's gone in this so far? Just the
Rice
white
vinegar, fish sauce, ketchup, soy sauce. And that will be the jelly for my jelly donut.
Chef Antonia Lofaso and Chef Michael Voltaggio are locked in our first Super 16 showdown in the TOC arena. Later, TOC 2 champ Manit Chauhan will face her second opponent.
Oh, it's nice. Come on.
Chef Eric Adjupong, who hit the ground running in round one. Will that rematch end in an upset? Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Tournament Champions 5, our first battle of the night is a scallop champagne brunch showdown between two Los Angeles culinary icons, Chef Antonia Lofaso and Chef Michael Voltaggio, and only one of these chefs can make it to the quarterfinals. Hey audience, who's it gonna be?
Guys, we haven't worked brunch shift in so long.
Every chef hates brunch. This is my favorite day.
Come on, let's go. The task is champagne brunch. And so for me, the perfectly cooked poached egg represents that perfect execution as a chef. If you don't get a poached egg right, it's game over. The other thing too is that Michael Voltaggio has an incredible mind. And so I know that I really need to meet him with technique.
21 and a half.
Thank you, chef.
Maitake, chef.
My tuck is.
And oyster?
Yep, maitake and oyster. These mushrooms are gonna represent what you would have with steak or with bacon. This is sort of the fatty, meaty part of the dish. And then this Parmesan cream that I deglaze the pan of mushrooms with. It's about hitting the judges with big, bold flavors, but also restraint. And so really making sure that every element of the dish that I make is intentional and thoughtful and well executed.
This is a big battle though, you know, because these two are great friends.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's definitely some tension, like some heat going on here, you know, some good bragging rights.
Well, lucky for everybody, at least one of them will go home today. You know what I mean? So
15 minutes, 15 to go.
How are you going to cook these, chef?
First, I'm gonna cold smoke all of them with the gun. I'm going applewood.
Apple.
This is Antonia's 5th season on TOC. This is my 4th. She wants this as badly as I do. When you've been through this process enough times, you start to taste it. It's craveable. I mean, I want to win this. Bacon is brunch, so I put it on the grill just to get it nice and charred and bring even more smoke to the dish. I'm taking the liquid the cranberries are cooking in and braise my bacon. It's a champagne brunch, and so I'm using champagne. And so this will be a cranberry sweet and sour glaze for my bacon.
So you're going to make the scallops in 2 ways.
If you were to go to like a fancy hotel and the chef was trying to show off, you know? My smoked scallops are lightly seasoned with salt. I put them in the batter and throw them in the fryer. Smoked, battered, fried scallops. They'll get glazed. It'll go on the everything jelly donut. That'll have a savory cranberry jelly on it.
Dude's on fire right now.
The other scallops that I have smoked, I'm simply just gonna pan sear these, baste them in butter with a little bit of salt, and then just finish them with some lemon to maintain the integrity of just a perfectly seared scallop.
What are you doing with the creme fraiche?
It's gonna go on top of the donut too. Then I grab some creme fraiche with very little time left, give that creme fraiche a smoke.
Judging on TOC is always done in a blind tasting by a panel of culinary icons, which means the only thing that matters is what's on the plate. Right now, our judges are sequestered in their trailers, and they have no idea what's cooking or who's cooking. They'll be scoring the dishes based on taste, the use of the randomizer, and presentation. One chef will move on, and the other will say, well, at least I made it to the Super 16.
Everyone be very quiet around those.
Do we have a bacon, a fat?
this is the fat. You've
You're
got
doing the
heavy cream in there,
Parmesan
the Parmesan rind and Parmesan itself, steeped together. Yeah.
What is in the mushroom?
A little bit of rosemary, parsley, basil.
One of the best mushrooms.
It almost tastes like sausage. That's brilliant.
5 minutes, 5 to be plated.
My donuts are in the fryer. They puff up perfectly. My fried scallops has like a nice golden texture of like a fish and chip breaded scallop.
So first on the plate, I put my toast down, smothered in a high-end mushroom ragu, Parmesan cheese. Off to the side, I have just a quenelle of the cranberry condiment, 2 pieces of scallop right on top, the poached egg. This is champagne brunch all day long, right?
90 seconds, chefs.
He's falling apart, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, he's got it. He's a legend.
So I put the bottom half of the donut on the plate. I put the sweet and sour bacon next to it. Smoked creme fraiche. Savory cranberry jelly. And my fried scallop.
I don't know how he thinks of all the things
His
that he
mind
thinks of.
goes so fast.
And then the brown butter seared scallop.
15.
I made the epitome of brunch, especially with champagne. It's what I would want to eat if I went on vacation to a luxury hotel.